it's looking very nice. But, yes. So Chris McCullough won the final at Bristol, then won the final at Taunton the following day. Now, that has been done, in my memory, obviously, you've got to give the obligatory Bradbury, but the last person to do it in a week on the August weekend was Gary Stevens. Gary Stevens, now the man behind Evolution Engines, but Chris McCullough taking the win at final win at Bristol, and then Taunton the following day. And I caught up with him at where were we? Oh God, what's going on with me tonight? At Taunton the following day. There's an old proverb that says, "You wait ages for one to come along, and then two come along at once." Second final win for Chris McCullough in a week here at St Meath today. So, Chris, congratulations.
Thanks very much. I'm so happy with that. Honestly, I'm really pleased because I didn't have the best of starts, and I really worked my way on through that race, and I'm so happy with it.
You're lucky to get in the final itself, because obviously you had 2 punctures in 2 races.
Yeah, it didn't start off very good. Like I said, I had a puncture in the first heat, and then had a little come together in a consolation, had a blowout, and done like half a race with a flat tyre on the outside rear, and just managed to scrape on 10th, but it was obviously meant to be.
Yeah, and you've obviously also got, there was a blow up, well, someone blew up and oil down the bottom of the track, which wiped out the first 3 cars in front of you, and obviously looking like that.
Yeah, it wasn't the best of situations down there. I come in, and to be fair, I ended up going in myself, but managed to keep it square and got no damage from it, which was lucky really, because it took the first 3 out in front of me.
And obviously that allows you with the restart. You had the buffer of the white top in between you, between Lewis Geach and Justin behind you.
Yeah, I did notice that, and I thought, this is just what I need. And I didn't know the condition of the track, because obviously there's a lot of oil out there, and didn't want to go hell for leather and end up taking myself out. So I had to obviously read the track well, and just worked out perfect.
Yeah, and a third final in a week, so I didn't have that. You and Rich in the form.
Yeah, honestly, I can't believe it. I don't have a final very often, and 3 in a row's magic. So
I take it you'll be aiming for the meeting final on Saturday night at Hensford?
Not racing the World Final weekend.
So when will we it'll be Bristol then, won't it?
Yeah, Bristol. To be fair, me, James and Neil are tight on the track championship there, and I'd swap all 3 of these final wins for that championship, but can't do it.
I think your position here is certainly rise up with obviously no score for Neil there, but
Neil was miles ahead. I wasn't far away. I was a long way away, to be fair. I haven't done a lot this year here, and like I said, I'm well out of that contention.
So that's a good advert if it's for sale.
Make me an offer. Cheers, Johnny.
Well, that wasn't the interview from the thing. That was the one for the following weekend, which kind of jumps my thunder a little bit. But I'm having the things. But I have found the other one. Oh, I'll tell you what. This is becoming an absolute nightmare. I think I should not do this for a living now. It is becoming now to the point where, it's getting proper. What's the word? Stupid is what it is. Right, I believe this is the one that we want. I'll just plug that in. I'll just see what we can do. Oh, God. Someone help me. By the way, you can tweet me at Stocksblog and tell me what a disastrous show this is sounding at this precise moment in time. Rest assured, it does get better. I can guarantee that, if nothing else. So here's Chris McCullough again, talking about the final win on the bank holiday.
To be fair, the Super, there's not many good red tops out there. It's only Uber, isn't there?
Stop. Hang on a second, people. There we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, 2 final wins in 2 days. A feat that's not really done for many people, but for Chris McCullough, a win at Bristol and a win at Taunton today. You're on fire.
Yeah, well, yesterday I won the final. I was happy with that, but today I'm so pleased with it. Taunton's one of my favourite tracks, and I've never won a final here. I was always so close, but never quite made it.
And of course, yesterday, the better of the weather. At the start, obviously, hideous heats by the sounds of things, and then obviously in the final, just dried up and seemed to be, you just seemed to get the break.
Yeah, to be fair, the heat was absolutely sodding. I'm not really a wet weather person, to be fair. I don't try and experiment enough, and it really shows in my experience on the track and the pace I have. Like today, the heat was wet, and I had a semi-dry consolation, and the final was dry, which really played into my hands.
Okay, so today, obviously we had a wet heat, and then in the final, we just seemed to get the brakes at the right time.
Yeah, the car was going good. To be fair, I had a good start, and Steve come by me, and Steve's quick, and he's a good little driver, and I thought, I've got to get him the right time. And I tried a couple of times. I thought, I'll get him in traffic, and I got by him and managed to pull a safe gap, but then I did see Hooper come in, but managed to keep on pedalling. Yeah,
and that's what you need to do, unfortunately, the likes of Hooper behind you. Obviously, there was a dramatic start to the heat, obviously with the usually explosive Dave Sanson going straight in with the Ryan Wadning. That suddenly opened up the gap for you.
Well, I did see that happen right in front of me, so don't know what to think on that one. No comment on that.
And of course, it's been a very quiet year for you, we would say. You had the 5 wins, you've been up and down from red to blue. What is the plan for the next season? Is it to have we got a buyer for this one yet, or are you looking for a new car for next year?
Well, I've started a little project building a shell car for next year, but I'll probably end up selling it. But I'm not planning on getting a new RCE. I'll keep this one unless someone comes along and offers me the right money for it. I will sell it, but it's not on the cards.
Okay. Because obviously with the Shell World Final next year, you're going to get reacquainted with the Shell, I dare say.
Yeah, well, to be fair, the semi-finals last year, I hired Rob's car, and I was looking at the times now, and I had some good pace in that, and I think, well, I've got the opportunity now with a good little Randall car for next year, and I've just as well give it a go. I live a little bit far away from it, but just tie it in with a bit of tarmac and just play it by ear, really. I'm not travelling all over the country racing every weekend, week out. I've got a family, and that's the main thing. I like to try and race when I can and when it's convenient, to be fair.
Of course, the rest of the season now, you've got a nice red roof for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I like to Red Wing, but where I'm not doing the meetings, I'm up and down all the time, and fortunately that's how the grades work. But yeah, I'm happy to be back to Red. It's where I should be, I think.
Better than being an 8-car Skegness, then.
Sorry?
8 cars at Skegness today.
Well, it's practice, isn't it? Cheers, John.
No problem, my friend. Thank you.
8 cars.
8 cars.
They ought to make it a rule.
There we go. So he wasn't too happy with the 8 cars. Practice, isn't it? Well, if you were at the Skegness meeting and you would see the 8 cars there, then, well, thanks for persevering, that's what I will say. So moving on, obviously we had the small matter of the September meetings. We'll get onto those in a moment. We'll also start talking about those gold roofs. Other places are available too. So we have some rumours, as mentioned, rumours to discuss. If you've got a decent rumour, silly season or not, give us again. You know the drill. It's the Facebook page, facebook.com/Stocks Radio, or alternatively, it's at Stocks Blog, or you can obviously tweet us at Stocks Blog. Yep, or you can Facebook us, like I say, at Stocks Radio, Facebook.com. Do you know what? I'm having an absolute nightmare today. And other than that, we have, of course, the live chat bit on the Spreakers page. If you're there, hit the button that says live chat, type a little message, I get it on the little studio button, and we get it, and I'll read it out, and then you can have an argument on who is correct or not. Now, if you haven't been on the internet and you haven't been on the forums yet, I would recommend you go over to beaksnet.com. It's kind of like the Stuxnet antithesis, run by Ian Beaks Bennett. You know it's what it's going to be like. It's all going to be no talk about oddsall, the price of meat pies, and actually some decent conversations about Formula 2 on there. Which brings us on to another thing as well. But there we go. Right, back in a bit.
Life's good. Share the stock's love. on Twitter at Stocks Radio or Facebook.com/Stocks Radio. Maybe you too could get some sweet stocks loving.
What do you mean that's all they got available? That's all that's left? My Prino?
At the end of the day, it doesn't bother me.
So what happens when a big accident occurs?
Alright, we have the cutting team kit up, please. Cutting team the kit up. Get the car stabilised.
Stocks Radio had unrivaled access to a training day for marshals.
Red flag, red flag, red flag, red, red, red.
From safe extraction to firefighting, we went behind the scenes with Team Autospeed. Stocks Radio, behind the scenes, living safety head on, available to download now at Spreaker.com/Stocks Radio.
Stocks Radio.
Other Orville podcasts just of you going round and round and circle 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 round.
Welcome back to Stocks Radio. I've had a word with myself, and we're going to have, pull myself to one side, give myself a shaking up, give myself a dressing down, and say, come on, lad, you can do better than that. And that's what I did. And we're back with more chats and stuff like that. We will be handing back to myself and Steve's little chat that we recorded a couple of weeks back with regard to, obviously, the burgeoning stocks news that's been going on over the time. And of course, just to let you know, you can get in contact with us. Use the live chat feature on the Spreaker.com/Stocks Radio page. It's Facebook.com /Stocks Radio. Or you can tweet us at StocksBlog. Say, shut up, you blithering idiot, and get on and tell us about some more stock car. So Sunday was the game, and Sunday was a shame, and it wasn't a shame at all because we had a brilliant meeting, and it's like the calm before the storm, so to speak, that we had the previous weekend. So this before the World Final. So we start on the 3rd of September, a holiday special at Skeggy, and there was Gordon Moody in attendance and the world champion. Well, up until that point in attendance, there's more Scots there than I'd know what. As we had a spattering of cars, not a great deal, but a spattering. It was George McMillan who took the first race, Gordon Moody took the second, Moody took the second, took the final, with George in second, and then the National was rounded up with a win for McMillan. So yes, that was Wednesday the 3rd. Now the week before, obviously it was looking like, and it has been for quite some time, that the new KMR car that Dennis Midler had at Cowden Beef, it was going to be threatening to win a final, and unfortunately that was not to be the case. As and on the 5th of September, it took 2 heats, absolutely flying. And Chris Burgoyne was the final winner there. The Grand National going away of Gordon Moody. Meanwhile, down on the loose stuff, down at Milden Hall, it was several wins for that, but it was Sam Wagner who came out victorious in the final. Another share win for him, and I think his tarmac car is up for sale. He's disillusioned with tarmac racing at this precise moment in time. Well, with Shell form like that, and obviously with the Shell World Final next year, I'm not surprised that he is. And up to Crimond we went, and as usual, it was a fair showing of cars. With some new drivers up there as well, which is a few different bits and bobs to see. It's good. The Scottish scene at the moment is starting to show some green shoots of recovery, which is great because at the moment Cowden Beef is bucking the trend. I mean, they were on a downward spiral. It does look as though that they've got lots of newcomers. If they can stay there, that'd be brilliant. But it was Robbie Dawson that took the final at Crimond, local man there, and Chris McCoy took 2 heats there. Now, whilst this was happening down at up at Crimond, obviously Mr. McCoy 2 heats, a heat and a Grand National. His rival, George McMillan, was down at Taunton. Now, Taunton, if you haven't been there for a while, has been there. Oh, and here we have a little message.